everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and yeah, it's been a minute. I think the last video that I posted were a couple of months back, and I feel like I owe a little bit of an explanation to all of those who are still watching. First of all, thank you so much for still tuning in. And it's basically because I have moved a couple of houses in the last few months and I absolutely did not get any time to sit down and actually film a video, and finally I've gotten back to it, and I can promise you that I will be as regular as I used to be, and I hope you do stick around for that. So please subscribe if you haven't yet, and if this is the first time that we're meeting, hi, I hope you like talking about stationery, productivity, organization and all that sort of thing. And let's get started with today's video. So if you're new here, and even if you're not, by now you've realized that I love stationery. And the last time we shot a stationery video, and I will put the link somewhere up and also in the description below, we were discussing this amazing haul that I got from Miniso. So what I've decided to do today is that I'm going to use all of the stationery that I got from that Miniso haul and make an artwork. And maybe I'll talk you through what I'm thinking about, what colors I'm using, and what the final art piece is going to be about. So if you remember, these were the colors that I got, and they are these beautiful earth tones, and I specifically selected earth tones because you get a lot of really nice bright color pencils, but you don't really get a lot of good earth tone color pencils. And I have this particular artwork in my mind which I want to create with these particular, like this specific color scheme. So I'm really excited to see how it will turn out. I also have this very cute washi tape. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this for, but probably just to, draw out really clean borders from my painting. And I have this one fountain pen with which I want to do the detailing. And on my Swifties here, this is screaming lover, isn't it? And let's see how that turns out. Starting with the basics, first I want very clean borders, so I'm just going to use this washi tape and mark it across the page. And this notebook is from Factor Notes, and it has this lovely, like some, I think 300 or GSM paper, and it really holds up against mixed media, so I really enjoy using this one. This washi tape is extremely cute. I don't even know what this character is called, but I also got like matching post-it notes in this pack, and also this matching like boba head pen for some reason. That was also super cute. So I haven't used all of this because I just wanted to do my first impressions in front of all of you. So it's been very difficult for me to wait on that as well. Great, now my page is nicely bordered out, and I want to do a little bit of an abstract thing here. So I will start with, there's this lovely like brownish color, and I'm going to begin with that. I love the texture of this. So it's really smooth on paper, almost like buttery smooth, and it's very easy to like fill in color. It's not just that it will give you like a sharp point when you touch it to the paper, but it also gives a very smooth finish when you're trying to do like a color fill sort of a thing. It's really easy to hold also, and I love the pigment on it. It's not like there are blank spaces anywhere while you are trying to color with it. It's giving quite an even finish. I really like this. I'm not great at drawing straight lines, so I just move my sheet around in a bunch of different ways so that I can get the straightest line possible. But art is not about being perfect, it's about how it makes us feel, and for me, I love how art makes me feel. It makes me feel free, it makes me feel like I can do anything. It's a very special feeling being able to create something from nothing. And I know a lot of us out there really do resonate with it, and I'm so glad that all of you have decided to watch my video and spend your time on this channel today. So thanks again. That gives quite clean lines. Like, I am very happy with how clean it is. I remember when in school we used to use color pencils and it just would keep breaking all the time, and you have to sharpen it like 50 times while using it. It was just so much of a hassle, and like I remember my friends and I would just coordinate the times when we would go to the dustbin in the classroom to sharpen our pencils so we could talk a little bit during class. Yeah, good old days. So, what have you all been up to? It's been a while. Let me know in the comments. How have you all been? What's been going on? How have the first 6 months of 2023 been for you? Did you read any interesting books? Are there any books that you want me to review? Because I have been catching up on my reading quite a bit last couple of months, and I have come across some really interesting books which I will be sharing with you in the upcoming weeks. But let me know if you have any special suggestions, if you have come across any brands that you want me to try out and explore and test out for you. Maybe let me know that as well. I'll be happy to do that. And just send me a comment or a mail on just whatever you think about my videos. If you have any feedback, I would love to chat with you. So this is a different color shade that I'm using, and it's a little bit of like an ochre, but it's not completely an ochre. It just seems like a combination between an ochre and an orange. I'm not even sure if they've not written the names of the colors here, but I really like the finishing of this. Is very smooth to touch. Like if I just remove the little bit of bits and pieces that are on it, can you see that it doesn't even smudge like the whiteness of the paper? It just stays like that. That's amazing. I'm going to challenge myself to try and use all of the colors. However, I don't think the yellows and the golds will look too bright on this white sheet, but we will try. Let me just take all of it out. Let's see how that goes. So we have used these two. How do I want to do it? Okay, let me try making a longish pattern over here. This is more of a just like draw with me chat style video that I decided to make today. Just you can grab your art supplies and sit down with me to make something. It's just a relaxing, weekend activity that we will be doing together. And if you would like more like chatty videos from me, let me know that as well. I have just non-stop been listening to Taylor Swift Speak Now, Taylor's version release that happened earlier this week, and I am not over it. It was so good. Like I am a big Swiftie, as you can tell. So I'm just obsessed with her and I love everything that she does. So I am very sad that she never comes to India. But what are you going to do? I also saw like the ticket prices for the Eras tour, and that just like quickly put me in my place. I was very sad, but yeah, that's not happening. I think she's more of like a better lyricist than we've like seen in recent times. I really like the way that she just puts the words together. And actually, if you're a Swiftie, I have done art journal page, which was heavily inspired by her songs and her music and all of her albums. And I will link that as well. You can go check it out. Whenever I listen to a lot of songs, I feel very inspired to make like an art journal page or like just some sort of scrapbook, to capture what it makes me feel like, what are the words that kind of stuck with me, what I took away from it, but in a very emotional sense. I don't know if you can relate to that, but yeah, that's just how I feel. And after Speak Now released, actually after the I Can See You music video, right, with Taylor Lautner and Joey King, that was such a blast from the past. I loved watching it. I loved it. It was amazing. And Taylor Lautner is amazing in general. I was always Team Jacob. So any Twilight girlies out there, let me know which team were you on. Okay, that is a fairly large area that I had to cover, and I used this grayish color on it. And so if you can see that if I'm coloring on top of a color, it won't stay, like it won't color off over it, obviously, like any other color pencil, but it's given quite a nice like overlap effect. I like that. And with that, this snip is done, so we have to sharpen it later. Let me see what else. These are very similar colors, so I just want to put them as far apart as possible. Right, I don't want there to be any overlap in between the really dark tones, and maybe I will put some more like brighter tones over here because it's just starting to look really dark and dull, and I don't want that. This is a lovely color. This is yellow, but it's a very mild, very subtle and soothing yellow. So I really like this one. It's just turning out to be like one of those abstract paintings that you keep seeing on Pinterest all the time, but like they don't really make sense. But as I'm drawing it, I see the point of it. It's just so nice to keep drawing random shapes and have them take a form that you actually love. I wasn't expecting these colors to actually show up on the white sheet so nicely, but they're quite pigmented and I love how bright and nicely they're like, well, you can differentiate, right? I wasn't expecting this to be this prominent. Usually color pencils which are lighter in shade, they don't look that good on white paper, but the yellows and the grays, lighter gray also are doing a very good job here. So yeah, I think I've tested out almost all of them. Let's see if this one will actually show up anywhere. Obviously not as an overlap shade, but you know what? You can actually make a difference with this color. Oh, okay. It's actually giving this a nice little border, and I like this off-white plus light yellow subtleness that it is giving to the page. It's really helping to separate, I think, the different colors. Okay, that looks pretty good, I have to say. That is looking quite good. This maybe, should I, yeah, this part should also be, so this will like be in an encasing. I like that. Next we have white. Let's see if white will do anything. White will not really show up on anything, and it's kind of pointless to rub it on white paper because that would make no difference. Let's see if the silver makes any difference. I'm not sure what to do with the silver though. Maybe just like small circles around it. That's quite nice. Feels really smooth. At this point, I'm not even sure where this piece is going, but I can say that I really like whatever it is turning out to be. Just a little bit of gold and silver bubbles here and there. Not bad. I don't hate it. And now we are going to use the fountain pen that I got, and it's so pretty. It will need to have this ink ampoule inserted into it, and then we're good to go. So it's time to add the details to this piece to finish it. The go-to thing for any artwork that I'm doing is always to add like little leaves on it, because I think that really gives a lot of character to any kind of painting that you're doing, and it sits quite nicely on top of the colored pieces as well. This is getting stuck when you use it too much on the colors, but on the regular page it's gliding perfectly. There is no problems, and I like how you can get a really fine tip as well with this. It's a very comfortable pen to hold also because it has a thick barrel, and frankly it's been a while since I've used fountain pens and I've kind of missed it. It gives a very premium feel no matter what you're doing with it. Like even if you're just, sitting down to write your to-dos for the day and you use a fountain pen, you feel like some super important CEO. And you know what? You should. You are the CEO of your own life. So why would you deny yourself these little luxuries? It's really nice. And they're not that expensive also. So I think I got this pen for some 200 rupees, and it came with 12 ink cartridges, and one ink cartridge takes a very long time to finish. So it's like almost a year's supply of pens. So the lines on top of the colored parts are not that prominent, and they kind of look like when you use gel pen on something that's like glossy and plasticky. That is what it is looking like right now. But the feel is nice. So I was first thinking that I want to do more detailing on top of the colored areas, but I don't think this is the right pen for it. I'll have to grab something else. But before that, just want to check out. I just want to make sure that I have my ideas in place for the ones that I'm actually going to be using. We'll switch this out, okay, with a different pen. So it's just my Artline calligraphy pen. This is great for all kinds of artwork, and it is very bright and pigmented, and I just love how it looks on this paper. It also has no problems gliding on top of the colored areas as well. So it just makes everything look so much brighter and nice, and I think this is what it is giving the full effect of my painting. What else can we do here? I think that looks pretty good. We were able to use almost all of the colored pencils, and we used this pen also to the best of our ability, but it did not stand the test of the color pencils. Basically, it could not glide over the colors, but the washi tape is very good. It doesn't really peel off the paper, and it's giving me really clean border lines, but I don't want to jinx it, so I just want to be very careful with that. To finish it off, there should be like a proper border around it. Turned out pretty decent. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know what else you would like to see on my channel, and I'll see you back here next week. Bye.